Hi, current sources are needed in a number of different areas of electronic circuit design. In this tutorial, we will learn the basic fundamentals of ideal and practical current sources. Let us see what is current source. Practically, a voltage source is not different from current source. A source can either work as current source or as a voltage source. If load resistance RL is very much greater than internal resistance Ri of the source, it is better to treat the source as voltage source. If load resistance RL is very much smaller than internal resistance Ri of the source, then it is better to treat the source as current source. We have used here terms RL and Ri because we are going to talk about DC sources. If we talk about AC sources, then the words RL and RI will be replaced by ZL and ZI, that is load impedance and internal impedance. What is the meaning of each statement on this slide is discussed and proved in the next slide. Let us see this diagram. It is made up of voltage source Vs, internal resistance Ri, load resistance RL. Current flowing through RL is IL and the voltage across RL is VL. We will prove that this source can be treated as voltage source or can be treated as current source. It can be shown as follows. Let us take few values. We have taken Vs is equal to 10 volt, Ri is equal to 10 ohms and RL is varied from 1 kilo ohm to 10 kilo ohm. So condition is RL is very much greater than Ri. Let us see what happens to IL and VL. Let us take two cases. We will make RL is equal to 1 kilo ohm in the case 1. So what we are getting, we have calculated RT, that is total resistance. So it is 1 kilo ohm plus 10 ohms, that becomes 1.01 kilo ohms. From that IL is calculated, IL is equal to Vs upon RT, that comes to be 9.90 milliampere. And then we have calculated VL, that is load voltage, that is IL into RL. We are getting it as 9.90 volt or approximately 10 volt. Let us take case 2. Now we are making RL is equal to 10 kilo ohms and we have followed the same formula. RT is equal to now 10 kilo ohms plus 10 ohms, that becomes 10.01 kilo ohms. From that IL is calculated, that comes to be 0.99 milliampere. And finally load voltage is calculated using IL into RL. Its value comes to be 9.90 volt, that is equal to approximately 10 volt. From this calculation, what we have found is when RL is 1 kilo ohm, VL is 10 volt, and when RL is 10 kilo ohms, still my VL is 10 volt. So load voltage remains constant. But is load current remaining constant? Check it. Initially for case 1, IL is 9.90 milliampere, but for case 2 it is 0.99 milliampere. So load current is not constant, load voltage is constant. Then we can definitely say that this circuit is working as constant voltage source. Now see the case or second example. Vs we are keeping as 10 volt. Internal resistance we are making it now 10 mega ohms and RL is varied from 1 kilo ohm to 10 kilo ohms. Now condition is RL is very much less than Ri. Let us see what happens to IL and VL. Case 1, when RL is equal to 1 kilo ohm, so we have calculated now RT. So RT becomes 1 kilo ohm plus 10 mega ohm, that is 10.001 mega ohm. Then we have calculated IL. So IL is Vs by RT and we are getting it as approximately 1 microampere. VL, that is load voltage, is calculated by IL into RL and we are getting it as 0.999 millivolt. If you go for case 2, that is RL is equal to 10 kilo ohms. We have calculated RT, it comes to be 10.01 mega ohm. IL, we are getting it as 1 microampere. VL, we are getting it as 9.99 millivolt. Now what we are getting from this example is that when RL is 1 kilo ohm, IL is 1 microampere. When RL is 10 kilo ohms, IL is still 1 microampere. That means current flowing through load is remaining constant. Let us see what happens to load voltage. Initially load voltage is 0.999 millivolt. In second case it is 9.99 millivolt. So load voltage is changing, but load current is remaining constant. So we can say that this source is now acting as a constant current source. So from this discussion, it is clear that when RL is very much greater than RI, source is acting as a constant voltage source, and when RL is very much less than RI, source is acting as constant current source. Let us see how current source is symbolically represented. In previous slide, we have seen this diagram. This diagram can be treated as voltage source or current source. Let us assume it is being treated as current source. So symbolically, this diagram is shown like this. The equivalence between current source and voltage source can be shown by the following example. See the values. Vs is equal to 10 volt, Ri is equal to 10 mega ohms. Now what we are doing, we are taking two cases. Case 1, RL is equal to 0 ohms, and case 2, RL is equal to 10 mega ohms. So when RL is equal to 0 ohms, that means terminals are shorted, we have calculated load current. How it is calculated? It's a simple way. RT is equal to 10 mega ohms plus 0 ohm because it is shorted. So I am getting RT 10 mega ohms. And from that IL is calculated by Vs by RT. So I am getting 10 by 10, that is equal to 1 microampere. So this current is known as a short circuit current because RL is made 0 ohms. In case 2, we are making RL is equal to 10 mega ohms. Now I am getting RT is equal to 10 plus 10, that is equal to 20 mega ohms. So I am getting from that IL is equal to 10 by 20, that is equal to 0.5 microampere. These are the calculation for this circuit. Now let us see what happens in the next circuit. In this, what we are going to see the values. Is the short circuit current, that is this current. Ri is equal to 10 mega ohms, that is this one. Let us see case 1 and case 2. In case 1, RL is 0 ohms. So RT is 10 mega ohms plus 0, that is 10 mega ohms. So I have calculated first Is. So Is is equal to short circuit current, that is Vs by RT, that is 10 by 10, that is equal to 1 microampere. So my Is is 1 microampere. Case 2, RL is equal to 10 mega ohms. So now this RL is 10, Ri is 10, and Is is equal to 1 microampere. So by current division formula, I am getting IL is equal to Is into Ri upon Ri plus RL, that comes to be 0.5 microampere. So I am getting 0.5 microampere here. Here also I am getting 0.5 microampere. Here I am getting 1 microampere. Here also I am getting 1 microampere. So we can say that this circuit is equivalent to this circuit. Now many students, they have the doubt why Ri is connected in parallel with the current source. Let us see, if Ri is not connected in parallel, what will happen? Let us take two cases again. Is, we know Is is equal to 1 microampere. Now let us change the value of RL. First make RL is equal to 0. When RL is 0, that means these two terminals are shorted. Or Is is equal to 1 microampere. Now when Is is 1 microampere, now this current is flowing through this circuit. So through RL, when it is shorted, my current is 1 microampere. So this condition is satisfied. Now make RL is equal to 10 mega. When RL is 10 mega ohms, current Is is 1 microampere, still current flowing in RL is 1 microampere only. That means when RL is shorted, the loop current remains 1 microampere. When RL is 10 mega ohms, again current remains same as 1 microampere. So my condition is not satisfied. So I have to connect Ri in parallel with this source Is. Practical current source is shown in the figure. It provides constant current through RL when condition is satisfied. Already condition we know. When Ri is very much greater than RL, then circuit acts as a constant current source. If this condition is not satisfied, obviously current through RL will not be constant and it will decrease when RL increases. This is shown with the characteristics. In this characteristic, it is shown that when RL is increased, then load current IL decreases. This is the characteristic of practical current source. The ideal current source is shown in the figure. Here it is assumed that internal resistance is infinite. A symbolic representation is shown here. What is expected from the ideal current source is that current supplied by the source should remain constant for all values of RL. But is it possible? Let us see. If we make RL infinity, that means these two terminals, this one and this one, they are open circuit. So when RL is infinity, that means there is no conducting path. Hence, it is a physical impossibility of current to flow. If this source wants to send the current, even if it is infinity, then there would have been infinitely large voltage drop across it. And it would have consumed infinite power from the source. So when we make RL infinity, then source has to supply infinite power. There is no source which supplies infinite power. So in practice, ideal current source is not possible. The characteristics of ideal current source are shown in the figure. When RL is increased to infinity, load current remains constant. Thank you for watching my video. If you are satisfied with the information given, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you once again.